Our next guest is a New York Times best-selling author who is known for her captivating pieces. Jessica recently spoke with this award-winning journalist about her new project.
Our next guest is a best-selling author and acclaimed storyteller. This month, she's launching a new book series to share everyday stories that color the worlds of Black children. Joining us by satellite is Denene Millner. We welcome her to Virginia this morning. Denene, it is wonderful to see you today. Congratulations on getting this all together.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about it.
And you should be. You have so many incredible accomplishments and accolades and projects already under your belt. This is a brand new spin. Talk us through what motivated you to launch this.
Well, I've always loved children's books. I'm the mother of 3 kids, a stepson and 2 daughters. And when my daughter was born in 1999, it was virtually impossible to find books featuring Black children and families that stretched outside of stories about the civil rights movement or slavery or Black firsts. I was looking more for stories that spoke to the everyday lives that she was about to live. And so I tried to write a couple of those books on my own. I'm an author, and I just couldn't get any traction with them. People, the editors that I was showing them to, didn't see the efficacy of them. They didn't see why we should have a story about a little girl who's going for her first church solo and is in need of the community to help her kind of stand up straight and sing. And so 2016 came along, and I just decided, well, if I can't get anybody to publish these books, I'll go ahead and do it myself. And in 2018, I partnered with Simon & Schuster, and we went on ahead and worked on this line of books, some of which came out last year and some that are out this year.
Denene, it really is incredible. You talk us through this journey of, now it's the timing is everything, but it has been many years in the making to bring this project to light. It's imperative that these authentic stories and illustrations of Black people by Black people are shared and made available. You must be incredibly proud to see this come together.
I am. If there's anything that I've ever wanted to do with my skills as a writer, a journalist, an editor, a blogger, a podcaster, I do television too, it is to leave a legacy of beautiful storytelling, celebrating the humanity of Black people. This has always been my mission. I started out as a journalist back in, I think I started my first job the day after I graduated from college in 1990. And I made a mission of writing stories about Black people, shining a spotlight on Black people, because people weren't doing it really to any great extent. And when they did, it was mostly showing us doing wrong or bad, or you had to be a celebrity or bouncing a basketball in order to get any kind of, shine on the television or in a book or on the radio or in a movie. And so I just decided, my everyday stories about my parents who are wonderful people, blue collar workers who raised 2 good kids. That those kinds of stories matter, and they matter to everyone, not just Black people, but white folks too deserve to see how we live, how we love, how we function, what motivates us. They deserve to see our humanity. I think that when you show people's humanity, you tend to treat them as humans, and that changes the way that you relate to one another. And so it's important to me to leave that legacy on the bookshelf.
And Denene, even just being so candid here with us today in this conversation and revealing that as you brought this project to the table years ago, 5-6 years ago, you were met with resistance, right? The wall was there. Again, a shared experience of our humanity. You may be excited about it, but it may not be the time and it may not be taken up, but persistence is key. So sharing your candid story today with us makes a huge difference. This is, as you started to discuss, a little bit of a big opportunity, really, to have that counter narrative. And that is key right now, today.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about the double pandemic that we dealt with last summer, right? It was COVID, but it was also the Black Lives Matter movement and people all across the world saying, Black people matter. And what came out of that was a lot of attention focused on how we can be anti-racist, how we can understand and respect history and how far Black people have come. And I think that's important, but that's not our only story, right? Our story is not just about overcoming or suffering, right? That and there needs to be an understanding that when you just focus on that, it almost feels like you're monetizing Black pain. And I feel like there is a range of stories that deserve that airing, that deserve to find themselves on the page. And so that's why I chose to focus on the humanity of Black children and families and show us doing everyday things. Like in, for instance, Mia Mama, a book by Cosby Cabrera, that just won a Caldecott honor and a Coretta Scott King Award honor last week for illustration. It's about the everyday experience of a little girl enjoying her day with her mom. They comb each other's hair. She compares dresses and cups that they drink out of and the boots that they'll stomp in the rain in when they go on their walk in the rain. And it is literally just a story about a little girl enjoying her mother and their day and then going to sleep and having sweet dreams about having a beautiful day with her mom. Why aren't those books more available and telling that kind of story for Black children who love to see themselves on the page, just like anybody else?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Denene, for making this project available, all of your persistence, the hard work, making these stories available, and helping us have a grander vision of our shared humanity. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, our pleasure. And we'll be sure to share more information so that you can learn more about Denene and the projects she has going and the catalog of fantastic titles available. Great talking with Denene. We wish her the very best of luck with everything. For more information, we'll have that link, WTVR.com/VTM. Right now, we'll take a quick break and be back after that.